and welcome back to another Wild Wednesdays. Veach, I'm back for the first time in like a month, it feels like. How you been?
I'm doing all right. I feel like it's been a month for myself as well. But yeah, there's a lot to catch up on for sure. Both in the college hockey world, which is kind of just where I live and breathe, but with the Wild for sure as well.
Yeah, dude, the Wild are officially hot. They're officially back, okay?
Yes.
So, I mean, we'll get into some of my, I wouldn't even call them concerns, but we'll get into that.
Sure.
Let's start it off with the stick taps and take a lap. And I'm going to lead this one off.
Do it,
because
baby. You're feeling it.
Dude, okay. Did you guys see the Crumble Cookie CEO basically keep the head coach at BYU?
Oh yeah.
So Penn State is currently in a war with a fast food cookie restaurant. So the CEO came out and said, I'm going to get off the sidelines and do something to keep the BYU head coach home. And apparently it worked, and he's not taking the job at Penn State, which, what world are we even living in, dude? This proves the simulation theory to me. This is not real. I just don't get it. What are you guys' thoughts on that? A cookie CEO.
I've got one thing. You can't call him the cookie CEO anymore because Crumble Cookies is no longer Crumble Cookies. They just shortened it to Crumble, just the same way that Domino's Pizza changed it from Domino's Pizza just to Domino's because they don't want to be known just for that.
Okay.
And now they're focusing on like pies and all this other garbage. And let me be the first to say, online with emphasis, pies stink. And this is a stupid move. Pies stink out loud. There is nothing good about a pie crust. It's soggy. It's garbage. Give me a crisp, a crumble, whatever other dessert option. 10 times out of 10. I hate pies.
Side point. What about banana cream pie? That's about the only one I can tolerate. That's a decent pie. Okay.
So here's the thing with banana cream pie and those similar. There is an asterisk on this take, and that's for anything with a graham cracker or Oreo crust because that's not pie crust. That's just cookies.
Yep. Fair. No, dude, I agree with you. I'm not a pie guy at all. Like when I see the cherry pie and the apple pie come out at Thanksgiving, I'm like, fuck, man.
Pass.
Really?
And if you eat pecan pie, get out of my house.
Yeah,
not only
please.
should nuts not be in my dessert, but in that quantity, prison time.
Yeah, never come to my house again, okay, if you're bringing pecan pie. Seriously, never come to my house again. You are uninvited. All right.
That's a trash pie. I'll get on board with that. Yeah, you deserve to just be like the Homer Simpson's grandpa walking into the bar, walking out. Same thing. Bring it.
Yep.
Prison.
Pecan pie, no.
Prison time.
100%.
All right, Veach, what's your stick tap?
My stick tap, it's going to be 50% of people love it, 50% of people hate it. It's all depending on whether or not you like Sidney Crosby. He is approaching Mario Lemieux's goal record. I believe, I guess I'll have to single season point record, I guess, for Pittsburgh. And so I'll have to double check what the numbers were because I know he just had 2 the other night. So looking forward to seeing that. I think, he's had such an incredible career, whether or not, like I said, you like him or hate him, you kind of have to admit that he has changed quite a bit about hockey in general and just been a long-standing presence for the sport. I've always loved the guy. I know that there's a lot of people that say that he was the golden boy and got away with more and was treated with golden gloves and whatever else. Some people deserve it. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Like he was billed as being the next coming of the great one and kind of lived up to it.
Without a
doubt. He's incredible, man.
Oh,
I mean, growing up, we were all that age when it was Ovechkin, Crosby. It's all the kids. It was either Ovechkin or Crosby. It was like a rivalry. And I was a Crosby guy growing up. He's a great player. I like the Penguins for that reason. Growing up, watching them a lot. And dude, Sidney Crosby's sweet. So that's a great stick tap.
Yeah, good for it. Dude, yeah, he is
Sid the
what
kid.
you want in a hockey player, 100%. I think Ovi's record is way more impressive.
Yeah.
But, dude, I'm taking Sid 100 out of 100 times straight up, dude.
Still kind of crazy Ovechkin scoring at the Pacey is
Dude,
too.
he's the fucking man,
dude,
too.
He's so good too, man. Those two lived up to everything about that.
They really
you know?
did.
They really did.
Definitely. And everybody's like, oh, well, he's only got one tool in his tool belt. Well, that tool is a monster slapshot hammer. That's all you really need. Like,
He's
just go
still
pound
putting
nails.
the puck in the net, man.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, at 8, what is he? He's 39, 40 now at least. Like,
Oh, dude, he's 40.
yeah, he's putting 40. The puck in the fucking net still. Like, I saw he got a hat trick, not the other night, but like the other week. I was like, dude, what? Like, this guy's still scoring at this clip? Incredible. Yeah. Sarge?
All right. Kind of lame, but we got to shout out some fans here. So my stick tap is everyone who, took advantage of our Black Friday sale, which we had for about a week. Shout out to all you guys. Speaking of, our store, we just finally released the Great Wall of St. Paul, a Wallstead shirt. Go check that out, 10ktakesmn.com. But shout out to everyone who fucking, use the code. I actually took 20% off. Way to go. It's gone now, so you missed it, but you can still buy some shit. We still got some of those 97 hats. Go fucking check them out.
Yeah. Yeah, that Wally shirt's sick, and he is sick. That guy is – we'll get into Wallstead, but that guy is, so far on another level. So it's incredible to see.
Dude, that stat today, you'll probably bring it up, but of like 100 fucking years since – anyone's had that many shutouts. Like,
well, there's only been 2 goalies in NHL history that have had double-digit shutouts in a year, and we got a lot of games left, and he's at 5. So
insane.
Not saying he's going to do
5 career
it
for this year, right?
Huh?
5 career for this year, right?
Oh, you're right. Wait.
I think it's 5 for 15 because he's played 15.
He is 5 for 15. You're
15,
right. So he's at 4. He's at 4 this year, but still, 4.
A great start.
Yeah, it's a great start. So.
And 4 in his last 6 for what it's worth.
Dude, yeah, the guy's not letting pucks in the net. Nuts. It's crazy, dude. Yeah. Just doesn't want to let him in. I mean, you knew it was coming last night, dude. You knew it was coming. You're like, oh, he's playing Edmonton. He's going to show him, hey, buddy, this is what you get. You traded
Remember when
back.
You traded this pick away?
Yeah, what are you doing? He's sitting on a tee for you guys. Goalie issues for years now, and he's sitting on a tee, and you go, nah, the Wild ain't going to take a goalie. They got Gus over there, and nah. Never can have too many goalies, man. Never can have too many.
Agreed.
Moving on to take a lap. So college football in general, like this transfer portal bullshit I'm seeing. And Lane Kiffin, you got to mention him. That guy is just an absolute dude. Fuck Lane Kiffin, man. I can't.
Oh, you don't like the move?
I don't like Lane Kiffin. Like, I just don't like that guy. Dude. He's kind of a. So he went out and said, yeah, the players wanted me to coach. And now I've seen like 8 guys today from Ole Miss go, no one said that, buddy. Like, go to LSU. We didn't want you to finish the year here. You went to one of our rivals. Even though, fair, Ole Miss has like, 8 rivals? When I was on their fucking Wikipedia page, I was like, that's the whole SEC. What do you mean that's all their rivals? Like, they have games with all these guys. So
their rival is Mississippi State. They're using this as a storyline, crutch for lack of a better phrase in my brain here. And I think it's absolutely stupid. My take a lap here, and I don't want to, shift away from yours. My take a lap was Ole Miss for not letting him coach. I think if he's gotten you this far, like, it's better for your kids, for your program, for all of your boosters, for everybody, if you're winning games. This guy has proven he can win games. Yep. So disrupt that, regardless of what storylines are going on out there, is insane to me. It's
I mean, that is
stupid.
Fair.
And I cannot believe that they're doing it. I can believe it. Like, I understand the logic, but I think it's the absolute wrong logic to have. I think let's say
salty.
Let's say you win a national championship with Lane Kiffin. Like, that guy's leaving. That's going to be even more of a storyline. Yeah. That's insane to just push him out the door like that. And maybe the thought is he's not going to try that hard, this, that, or the other thing. If you're a sports competitor, a coach, an athlete, or otherwise, like, you want to win games, plain and simple. So I think that's crazy.
Yeah, and more of mine was like the kids in the dude. If you go on Twitter right now, it's literally all just like, entering the Dude, I've seen like 20 people from Concordia St. Paul in the transfer portal. They're all like freshmen. I'm like, okay, they were getting like meaningful minutes and playing. Why wouldn't you want to stay together and keep playing? I don't get it, man. It's everything. Let's bounce after a year because our team wasn't that good. It's like, okay, Well,
Soft.
It is soft. I'm sorry. Like I get some kids they're not in the right situation. Yes, transfer out. But like 20 kids from the same, I'm like, dude, what? I'm like, how are you? Where do you guys think you're gonna land? Like
that same thing is happening at Penn State right now with James Franklin and just having an absolute terrible year to begin with. I think I was looking at 2 or 3 different things today, and to start the day, they only had 3 committed recruits left, and one of them booked it out of there during the day. So there's only 2 left.
Did you not see their AD, their athletic director? His Twitter got hacked, bro. And he literally tweeted out, it was something along the lines of like, we are so fucked. I have no idea who to hire. It's so good. And I clicked on it. I'm like, that's not really, oh shit. Okay. And everyone in the thing is like, I can't believe this is the real fucking AD for Penn State. But yeah, he's even saying like, dude, we're fucked, man.
Yeah, obviously everybody thinks that they're getting ball sack sports by
dude. I was like, who's getting me this time? I'm like, oh, that's him. Okay, interesting. That's very strange, but the tweet was still up too. I'm like, bro, delete that. Get your Twitter back and delete that, man.
That's crazy.
Sarge.
All right, you guys are gonna love this. My take a lap is Devin Dubnyk.
Ooh.
All right, so guys, I've mentioned this a few times, but I am a youth hockey ref.
Oh, God.
And this weekend, I am reffing Andover versus Edina A-Squirts, so 10 and 11-year-olds. Good thing to do before the game is, as a ref, you go meet the coaches. Well, all of a sudden, I'm like, dude, that's fucking Devin Dubnyk. So he's the coach.
He was 7 feet tall.
Dude, he was taller than me. I'm 6'2", dude, and he was taller than me when I was on skates after the game.
Yeah, he's a monster.
We'll get into this. So, guys, so this was a scrimmage, so this is not like a league game. So, like, the scorekeepers aren't, like, really, they're putting the scoreboard up, but they're not taking penalties. Well, dude, this Edina A-Squirt team led by Devin Dubnyk might have been the cheapest team I've ever seen in my entire life. 15 penalties, all of them legitimate. So you can't check in squirts. Dude, they were laying bodies.
Yeah.
Laying bodies, dude. I'm talking like, dude, some of these hits were so impressive. I'm like, dude, what the hell? And we ended the game early. Dude, it was wild. I ref with the guy who's been reffing for 16 years. And he's like, I've never reffed a game like that at this age in my entire life. He's like, that was worse than a junior gold B game, which are notorious.
Really?
Oh, dude, guys, like, they were crotch-checking kids in the face.
Dude.
Like, it was ridiculous. It was honestly horrible.
You say junior gold B, and that's kind of where I lived growing up, so it's like, oh, man, that was bad.
Oh, dude, I kind of remember my buddies from White Bear. They played a little junior gold, and, yeah, those games would get rowdy, man. I mean, really.
For sure. But, like, dude, so the way it works for squirts is you get an hour of ice. So you get 2 periods of 13-minute stop, and then the third period you take whatever time's remaining basically and have it be running time until the last 3 minutes. Dude, the third period was 4 minutes long.
Oh my God, man.
Because we were calling so many penalties, dude. And like, I had an Edina parent come up to me, shout out to them, like, they're like, man, I don't know what that was today, but we do not play like that. And I'm like, I've never, like, Edina's always had great hockey teams, right?
Yeah.
But shout out to Andover, dude. They were really fucking good, and so they were getting frustrated and then just started hacking, dude. It's just like fucking Princeton out there, dude.
Or
like goddamn Elk River, dude.
Chisago Lakes growing up, Princeton, going to Pine City. I know you went up to Pine City a few times,
and they were just fucking hacks, dude. I couldn't believe it, dude. It was honestly so fucking frustrating, and I'm just like, Dubnyk, what the fuck, dude? Like, why aren't you like having these guys run plays?
Dude,
like
these kids are getting better and better, man. My brother was an A-Squirt for White Bear last year, and Roseville, who you don't think of Roseville being that good, dude. When they played Roseville, I was like, these kids are fucking sick, man. I mean, like, moving the puck. They did have, God, I wish I could remember her name. She had 2 sons on the team, and she was like an Olympic gold medalist. And I was like, you knew which 2 were her sons.
Was it Broat?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
So they're members at Midland with my parents, so I got to know the Broats, and yeah, they're super
fucking
athletic.
Sick, dude.
Yeah,
these kids were
nasty.
sick, and then they had a cousin that was sick. I was like, oh my God, like they would. I think my brother's team ended up finishing like 2nd or 3rd in the district, but I don't think Roseville lost a game all year. They were just pounding teams every single time.
Yeah.
These kids are getting. I can't wait to see where the game goes about 5,
dude.
10 years here. These kids are going to be so sick.
But yeah, so my take lap was Devin Dubnyk not getting his team fucking under control. It was ridiculous, guys. Like, I was just like, dude, get me out of here. This is my first game I've ever been like, dude, I want to get the fuck.
Well, yeah, you don't want to call that many penalties.
No, dude, it
like,
sucks.
That's not what you want to do.
Dude, it fucking sucks ass.
Like, the kids complain too. Like, they're never in the wrong, you know? Like,
which is hilarious.
like, no,
dude,
I didn't
like,
do anything.
Like we could have called it way worse, but but the one thing I don't want to do is like get a kid that's not playing. The whole idea is for these kids to be playing, and that's what I want. But you got to be like safe. I hate taking that like adult approach, but like, dude, when you're fucking cross-checking kids in the fucking face, that's not cool. Yeah, and like throwing punches, it's just like it wasn't even like a protect the goalie situation.
They're all playing like Mikko Rantanen's out there.
Dude, yeah.
That guy, what happened to that guy? That guy's like a rat now.
Dude,
God,
like behind the play bullshit and like, oh, it was awful. But yeah, I'm glad that game was over, and I hope I never have to ref them ever again.
Well, let's move into wild hockey. Now that we just talked about Devin Dubnyk and his cheap shot little kids. God, the Wild are 8-0-2 in their last 10. All of a sudden turning a corner and are, I'd say, probably the hottest team in the league. Arguably. You could argue, dude, Colorado's sick too.
They're so good.
Landeskog looks so nice, actually. I thought he was going to come back and just be dog, And this guy comes back and he looks fast. He's good. Like,
he doesn't have that Colorado, many points, but
but he looks good. Like, out there, you notice Landeskog out there. Like, he's a stud. It's sad, man. The Central have the 3 top teams in the league right now, all in the same division. So that's real fun. Very nice. Can't wait to run into Dallas in the first round. Woo! Nice.
If that happens again, I'm just going to throw an absolute fit.
I'm going to throw a tantrum, dude.
Yeah.
I'm going to lay on the concourse of the X like a toddler, kicking my feet and arms. Like, why? Why? Every single time we make the playoffs and get like a top 3 seed, we can't just have, I don't know, a Chicago. Like, why can't we play Chicago in the first round?
Sarge?
I hope so. That'd be fucking electric content. Dude.
Sarge just wants him to get back to the postseason.
Dude, it's been 8 years. It's been a long
It's been a minute.
time.
Fair.
And they were swept in their last postseason appearance, right? They were a 1 seed and were swept by Nashville, I want to say.
No, they made the fucking bubble bullshit.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, well, that doesn't count.
It doesn't count. But yeah, dude, that was a hard year to swallow. But let's go back to the Wild here. I could talk about the Hawks forever. So.
Yeah, I mean, the last week we had OT, or was it a shootout? I think shootout L, which was a very entertaining shootout to Buffalo. Like, all those goals were smooth hands. Like, those are some good goals. Even Zook. I mean, we could have won that game if Zook doesn't fumble the puck off his stick and knock the puck into the net.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. Like, for everything that he's done for the Wild's turnaround this year, and he was a big catalyst for it. He was probably the reason that game went into overtime.
That's why we're not on a 10-game streak right now, or whatever it would be. So
yeah, what you had mentioned there, 8-0-2 in their last 10, 8-0-1 since the last episode of this came out. So like not credit to, that's on us for not being able to update everybody on those ones. 5 of those games went into overtime. So that was incredible hockey for everybody to watch. A lot of free hockey this year for the Wild. I think based on the numbers that I was told, we were at 42% of Wild games went into overtime or a shootout. And that was before we had the Buffalo game, or it was right after. So it's either just above or at that 42%.
Yeah, I think it's like 40% of our games so far, which I don't know how to read that. If you look at Dallas, I think it was 2 years ago when we lost them in the first round. That team went to seriously so many overtime games, man. So it doesn't really matter. I mean,
no, it does not matter. I'm saying that's a credit to everybody. Maybe that's why the goalies are playing so well. They've got so much extra practice in the shootouts and everything else when people are coming down. And that's crazy. I know. I'm just saying it for the sake of saying something. But in that streak, there are wins against the Ducks, the Knights, the Canes, the Pens, the Jets, the Blackhawks, the Avs, and the Oilers. So there's some big hitters in there for this year. It's not like we're beating up on the teams that we have coming up, and we'll get to that one, that are at the bottom of the league in general, let alone the Western Conference here as well. So it's been very, very fun to watch. I feel like I am vindicated for being on the positive side of the last 2 episodes that we had come out here. And I am excited about wild hockey again, which is a fun spot to be in. So how far back are we going with some of these recaps?
Before you
here?
get in that, I just wanted to make sure that everyone knows that Veach is literally the most negative person at the company maybe I've ever met in my life, and the fact that he's happy, I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
Well, how can you not be happy about this team right now? They're playing good hockey, man. I mean,
yeah, here's the thing about my negativity, Sarge, is that it's all based in reality and what I'm seeing. Yes, I have been the most vocally negative person against the Vikings from the end of last season when the news came that they weren't re-signing any of these quarterbacks and we were relying on JJ, and I'm just, defecating down the throat of everybody that has anything good to say. And I'm right again.
You know what? I'm gonna stop him there because I used to be on the side of fucking Veach, man, saying all this shit. Come on, fuck that, nah. But then he keeps getting it right, and then you're kind of like, oh shit. Like earlier this season, for example, the John Wolford signing, you're like, what the fuck are we doing here? And then everyone's like, yeah, no, that's practice squad. He's never going to see it. He was our backup quarterback last week, bro. And you know what? Maybe he should have played because our guy had 4 picks.
The first one was really bad. Some of the other ones weren't on him. The one that went off of JJ was whatever.
No, but the one where he overthrew like McCarthy's done 8 times this year, that's on him. So, no, dude, like I said, it is based in reality. I will admit I used to be on the other side where I'm like, man, come on, just be positive. See it like a fan. And it's like, well, no, man. I mean, when you've been around Minnesota sports long enough, you just know, okay?
Yeah, and everybody's like, oh, you don't even root for Minnesota teams. Like, I root for the Bulldogs and the Wild, and they're both having a hell of a year this year. So I don't know what you guys are talking about.
You know what? I'll be rooting for the Vikings next year when we get a quarterback.
Depending on who they sign, maybe. And,
former
I've got
Patriot Mac Jones. I know the Patriots are your favorite team, so
I was just gonna say I've got so much Patriots gear in the closet from when Brady was around. I'll just start throwing that back on.
There you go. Hey, they're good again. Fuck, 1 seed in the AFC, man.
A hell of a season.
Who knows? I think Tom Brady probably cloned his dog and cloned himself into Drake May. So that's where we're at there.
I'm waiting for the supplement stories and all of the witchcraft to come out and just start all over again.
They had some brain machine where he just transformed his brain into Drake May's. So that's something Tom Brady would do.
It's like a plot from SpongeBob with Plankton trying to get some of the secret recipes. Just put it from Brady into May. Yeah.
I did want to touch on one thing, Veach, because it's funny. I was going to mention it, and then I saw you tweet it, and I think the Wild, to be a true Stanley Cup contender this year, our goaltending looks to be there. The defensive structure, when we're healthy, is there. I mean, Bogosian, you can hate on the guy, but he brings a big body, and I think that's needed on that back end. So, it's looked good. We got some scoring. Dude, if you put a legit 1C on that first line in between Kaprizov and Zuccarello, dude, sky's the fucking limit. And then you run Rossi and Eck through the middle of the lineup, dude. Boom.
Yes.
You're there. Sturm is your 4C, dude, who can win faceoffs at any point.
Yes.
Great.
So I had put this out there, and I was going to bring this up as my wild take, and it's not that wild. But not everybody, a good chunk of people online seem to be thinking so, because I had just said this, and it's already at 17,000 views or whatever, and it's just picking up some traction with some of these fans, and it's just repeated over and over and over again. How? And I'm just like, we've got $3 million in cap space right now. If we're getting a number 1C that's bona fide, and you know what you're getting from one of these other franchises, and they're in a really poor position, and they're willing to eat part of that contract, which happens all the time in sports, you can get a number 1C, and we can find more space next year to keep that person. It's not that crazy. I don't understand how people can't fathom how you make this work. Yeah, franchises just do it. Yeah, it's not that hard. It's not crazy.
Look at Vegas. Look at Florida. Yeah, they've had LTIR, whatever, yada yada yada. But dude, they get it done. You can do it. And Bill Guerin's a smart enough GM where he can make it work. So he's got the right guys on his team. So.
Yeah, you've got Kirill, you've got Boldy for secondary scoring, Wally and Gus. Do you need 2 goalies? No. Is it great to have 2 of them? Yes. Yeah. Some people think you are, if you have 2 goalies, you don't have 1. I think that's crazy in today's NHL. Boston did it with Ullmark and Swayman for a long time and had success. Now they don't have success anymore. So there's a lot more players that go into that equation, so don't use that as the only thing. But like there are plenty of examples to show that two great goalies can still function as a tandem and not take away from one another. So the good young defense that's on the team that provides additional scoring with you get it out of Faber and Bouillon is coming into his own. The team is finally set up to a position where it makes sense to get one, not just to have one, but because it will be the step that takes you to an elite, reliable team for a long time.
They're deep. The Wild are. I mean, they're deep right now. We got a lot of players who can play. I mean, Yurov's he's our first line center right now. I mean, you can move him back on a wing or do whatever you want with him. Like Ogren's been looking good. I mean, they got depth on this team. Getting Nico Sturm back has helped. Getting obviously Zuccarello. I mean, what did they say? The Wild are 9-0-2 since they've got him back. I mean, if you don't think he's an important player to this team, I don't know what to tell you.
You're dumb.
You're dumb. All right.
Dumb.
Fucking reminds me of our old video personality Eli. He thought that I wouldn't like Zuccarello. He's like, yeah, Zoot should agree with me. Zuccarello fucking sucks. And I'm like, no, I don't disagree. I disagree with you. What are you talking about?
Just because he's a little guy or what?
Well, I don't. Yeah, partially. But then there's a guy at the 3M who's just going on and on to me, Jack, and Jake, just going like, we need to fucking trade him. I'm like, what are you guys even watching games, man? Are you watching games? I mean, Kaprizov literally looked like a different player as soon as he came back. They're firing no-look passes, tape to tape. Dude, important player. And putting a bona fide first-line center in between them, sky's the limit for this team. Because JoJo and Boldy as your wingers on the second line, they're fantastic this year. So
100%.
Might as well take advantage.
All right, Dream Center. Who would
Dream
you want?
Center? Realistic or dream?
Do both, Beach.
Because I think realistic right now, there's two guys that are sitting on the Nashville Predators team that are just sitting there rotting. Ryan O'Reilly, noted Minnesota Wild former player for 5 minutes as part of a six-way trade or whatever that was. And then you've got Stamkos down there as well. Yeah. And do I think that either of those players are living up to the name or the brand that they built for themselves right now? No. Would a change of scenery make that a different scenario? Certainly, possibly. Is that who I would necessarily want given this scenario where we're trying to build for the future? I don't think so. But it's the one that makes the most sense right now because they have to be looking to offload some of those contracts for the product that they're getting.
Yeah. O'Reilly was exactly who I was thinking of.
Yeah.
I don't have a thought in my head about it. I just was throwing the idea out there. I have not looked into who's going to be available or what teams are looking to move. Because, dude, the East, I don't think anyone's moving anyone. That's way too tight right now. I mean, the East, every team's separated by like 8 points right now, which, I mean, how can you make a trade with anyone when your team's sitting that close with this much season left? So, I mean, Nashville looks like a prime opportunity because they're done again. I mean, they had all those signings. Everyone was talking them up, and they have been so bad. So bad. Yeah. That's got to be partially on their goaltending. I know Juice hasn't been that great over the past 2 years here, so. I don't know. I like that idea, the Predator. I like Ryan O'Reilly, man. I feel like he'd be so fun in between those guys.
Yeah.
And he's been beating himself up a little bit. I hate to see that for such a good dude who's been in the league so long, playing good hockey. Like, that ain't your fault.
That's a guy that cares, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, and he's got playoff pedigree. So,
agreed.
I feel like we need a guy like that as well. You know, someone who's won in the postseason because no one here has.
What are you talking about? Nico Sturm, dude.
Yeah, okay.
Brodin, technically, he's been around for a long time.
That's true. Spurgeon has won a few series, for a couple first-round series. Nice. God, I'm sounding negative now.
Yeah, you're getting into the negative. I do want to say, you know, I'm going to go out of order here now that I mentioned Brodin. His play against the Oilers was... It looked like we were watching a guy from 5 years ago. He felt like he had a lot of hop in his game and was just an absolute force on the ice. And if we can get that level out of him, you know, every game for the rest of the season, that's a completely different asset that we didn't count on before. That was incredible to watch. And I just wanted to shout him out because he doesn't always get the flowers. He doesn't show up on the...
Oh, bye, Veach.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, well, we load Veach back in.
Why does everything go fucking wrong?
It's been a great last couple weeks for the Wild. But if we look ahead a little bit while we get Veach back into the fold here.
All right, he's back.
still-
All right, he's back.
I'm here.
Now that you're back, let's move into the next week. We got some cupcakes, I'll call them, coming up on the schedule. So that's something new. I know the Oilers are kind of at the bottom of the Pacific, but they were last year, and look where they wound up. So that's a good hockey team. That's a good win yesterday. Shutting them out is huge. But no, they go to Calgary, to Vancouver, to Seattle. 3 very winnable games. I expect them to be competitive in each and every one of those, the way we're playing. And who knows, maybe Wally gets another shutout.
I'm not going to say that out loud, let alone during the game. I said it to my wife last night when we were watching, like, remind me to say something to you in 6.5 minutes. And that was that Wallstedt getting a shutout against this Oilers team is going to be absolutely delightful from an online perspective of the Oilers should have drafted him, the run that he's on, shutting out McDavid and Draisaitl, like everything was just chef's kiss. It was incredible. So I'm not going to say the S word about the upcoming games there, but yeah, starting with Calgary, they're bad. They're the worst team in the National Hockey League.
Is Kadri going to be a available?
Dude,
Good question. I don't I have
He's
not
putting up
looked into
points
that.
still.
Kadri's good. Hey, Kadri would be a guy I'd look at too, honestly, because I feel like he's more skilled at this point of his career than either of the first two we mentioned. So I don't know.
I think that's
and he's
fair.
got that pedigree. He won a cup in Colorado. No, yeah, he was there. I believe he was there.
I can't remember.
He had to have been there because he was getting sewered. He did a few things during that playoff run, I feel like.
Maybe.
He's been on like 100 teams, wasn't
I
he?
know,
Wasn't
he's
he
been
on the
around.
Leafs, too?
He was on the Leafs. I swear he played for them. I swear he was
No,
on
there's
there.
so many,
played for the
like-
Avs. He definitely played for the Avs.
Yeah, there's so many conference championship games that I'm thinking of, like, yeah, but was that the Stanley Cup he was playing in? I don't know. Yeah, they're 9-15-4 on the season. They're 5-3-2 in the last 10, so they're a 500 team, a little bit over that in the last 10 there. And do I think that they are leaps and bounds worse than some of the other competition we've played? No, like it's still a
the
National
NHL.
Hockey League team.
It's the
Yeah,
NHL.
like anybody can win on any given night for the most part. And the Wild have played every single game close, and they just lost to Buffalo. So, yes, anything can happen, but I think they do have a really good chance at picking up 2 points there, 3 in their next 2 with Vancouver, who's 10-14-3, 2-6-2 in their last 10, which is horrendous. They're going the wrong way, and they don't have very far to go because they're 30th in the NHL overall standings. So, the last time we played, each of those 2 teams beat Calgary 2-0, beat Vancouver 5-2. So we've got, a little bit of tape to look at and say, hey, replicate. Yep. And they've got more talent on the ice in order to do that. So I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of that happen. And I think that, my positive vibes can make it to next week again. Like I don't have to change my tone here and get more serious and say you got to buckle down or buckle in. I just get to, ride the wave, if you will.
We're gonna ride the wave all the way to the postseason. All right, we're gonna ride that wave, and then we can start. That's when our true colors are gonna come out if they do the same thing they've done over the past whatever years. So
yeah.
Right now, though, my God, I mean, there's nothing really. What negatives could you even possibly come up if you were to nitpick the Wild right now, even a little bit? I mean, I don't know.
got one.
What's your nitpick?
Peaking too early.
Oh,
Yeah.
fair. Hey, honestly,
That's fair.
Fair point.
I mean, look at our Twins this year.
I'm just gonna say
okay
this.
now.
So, we've seen this from the Wild many times.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
You guys know what's coming. There's going to
Unfortunately, I
be
do.
some bad times coming up. I just want to make sure you guys are prepared. I think you guys are.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I wasn't going to say it, but I was thinking it. I was like, hey, how many times have we seen the Wild go on a run like this? And then for about 3 weeks, it looks like a completely different team. Hopefully, you can salvage some points in that. They're taking a lot of games to overtime, so I have belief that they can get, I think getting a point in any game you play is huge, obviously, So, I mean, get them to overtime. Let's get points when it eventually does come.
I
Because
will say
it will.
the one thing that I think you guys should be super excited about is, so going back to last week, the Hawks game, dude. The Hawks, they stole that game. They had no
They did.
business being in that game. Those are games that the Wild never fucking win ever.
No.
If you give up the 2 goals first, one of them to an absolute superstar, and just don't look like you've got it in that first period and a half even, it's a really tough kind of situation that you put yourself in and tough to crawl out of. And the Wild, like you mentioned, typically don't. And for whatever reason, they did in that game. And I don't care what people say about the penalty in overtime. Joel Eriksson Ek gets absolutely destroyed all game long with no calls. If this is his one makeup call, I still don't think it's enough. So yes, I was very, very pleased with how that game went. Boldy, Bedard, and Kaprizov all scored their 14th goal of the season in that game. So it was very, very fun to see that race kind of, they weren't at the top, obviously, of the standings in terms of goals on the season, but all 3 of those superstars, I'm calling them, Boldy can kind of get thrown in that category as well.
He definitely can.
Yeah, they're all kind of climbing at that same rate. So it was a really, really fun, entertaining game. It was a
very fun game. I said to my wife when we were watching it, I was like, dude, it's so fun to see the Blackhawks competitive again. In like a good hockey team. As much as I hate them, it is good when they're good. It's nice to have a little rivalry. I hate, it's 16-0-1. I mean, that is insanity, dude. That is fucking insane. But I will say it was nice to see that curse where you get a goal called back work for the Wild, because it's so many times it's us that's up 2-0. We get a goal called back and we go into a shell and then we fold the game, which it was nice to see.
Agreed.
I think that the last game that we have to talk about coming up this week would be the Kraken. I know they're in a wild card spot. They're overachieving this year, in my opinion. They're supposed to be bottom of the barrel, but I mean, they're playing okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the one game that might sneak up on you.
Yeah,
they're better than you think.
Yeah, I feel like every time that the Wild have played the Kraken in the past, it has been a relatively close game. I feel like they're all high scoring too, for whatever reason, and that kind of favors the Wild, in my opinion, at this point right now, just because the offense is clicking a little bit more. Saying that after a 1-0 victory is a little bit bit crazy. Well aware of that. We've got 2 games to kind of get things back going again against Calgary and Vancouver. So if we can use those as kind of warm-up games to Seattle, but still be competitive in them and not lose sight of what's at risk here, I think that they've got a really good shot against Seattle as well. And they're, like you said, they're no slouch. They're 11-7-6 this year, 4-4-2 in their last 10, and it's the first game of the season. Haven't seen each other yet, which is crazy this far into the season for Seattle. I feel like maybe that's just because the Vikings are always playing the Seahawks out there. I don't know.
It is weird. That is weird that you mentioned that, actually.
The 2 cities are always linked for whatever reason. And so, I'm looking forward to that one as well. It will be another, test, if you will, about the Wild's ability to win in the West against teams that matter.
Yep.
All right. You think another dub? Clean sweep this weekend, boys?
2-0-1. 2-0-1. That's my prediction for this upcoming stretch.
God, that's cheating because that's what I wanted to do. But yeah, I think we're going to get 2, 4, 5 points coming out. So it would be the same.
Yeah.
Dude, I think it's going to be
going on the road's
6 points.
tough. So I wouldn't be shocked if they got 6, but I think going on the road in the NHL for 3 games, it'll be 4 after, they started out in Edmonton. That's tough. It's a tough thing to do. So,
yeah, I mean, they just look so good right now. It's I've been tuning into. I'm like, dude, this team is fucking buzzing right now. Dude.
It's good to see, man. After the start that we had, I was very, very nervous, Steven, to say the least. It was a little nerve-wracking at the beginning of the season, but they straightened it up very quick.
When John summed it in for you, Veach and him were talking hot seat for Hines.
Hey, rightfully, how they started, if they would have continued on that, he definitely would have been in the hot seat. So
you look at the October record and team play versus November, and those were
they're unwatchable. I remember talking to my dad, and he was just like, dude, I can't even watch them right now. I love the Wild so much, but we can't even watch them. They're terrible.
The turnovers were awful. The breakout of your own zone was probably the worst I've seen in an NHL team in 5-6 years, and they just couldn't figure it out, and it just started to click. And like I said before, it all kind of centralized, or it all kind of started when Zuki came back,
Yep.
and the catalyst for the turnaround proved his worth. I mean, everybody knows that he is the Kaprizov whisperer,
Yes.
and that's why we kind of kept him around and kept him together. And you need it, and he's more than that. You look at him in all of the post game stuff with the team in the locker room and everything, and he does play a big role.
Yeah.
That needs to be felt on the ice in order to be realized.
Hey, he's a hell of a player.
I want to bring up one thing that I heard on the broadcast last game, but in October, the penalty kill for the Wild was like less than 70%, and then in November they were like 94%. So I think that had a huge. I mean, that makes all
team
the difference
defense
in,
in
the world.
general. I mean, the goaltending straightened out, and
Yep.
team defense, the structure they're playing, it's good. And we got some defensemen, man. We really do. Spurgeon, for his size, I think is huge for Zeev Buium, because Zeev's kind of got to play, that undersized role, and Spurgeon's one of the best at that. I mean, an undersized guy gets into the dirty areas, knows how to play his body, and I've seen a little bit of that with Zeev, and I'm like, hey, look at that, making, it's just the correct body position when you're going into a corner and all that. You're starting to see it with him, and dude, Zeev's going to be an electric player. I am so excited to see him grow.
Yeah, they had a nice little story about him and Bogo kind of taking him under the wing. Sounds like he's a child, and that's not necessarily how I mean this, but like,
Well, he kind of is. He's
yeah, I mean,
he's
it's fair. I mean, he was playing in the World Junior team last year, so yeah,
Still, right? Like he's
19, isn't he?
He was sub 20. He's not playing this year, so I don't know if he surpassed that or not, but he's under
probably
21.
20,
I know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, having a guy like Bogo who's been around forever, and is a different style of player for you, can add something to your game. Even if Bogo isn't regarded as one of the best defensemen, he does enough well that you can pick up from and learn from. And I think that is a good mentor for a guy like Zeev to have.
I just think him and Johansson got unfairly. I mean, they weren't even allowed to play games this year, and everyone's writing them off. I'm like, dude, okay, let's see Johansson's been such a cool story to me, man. That guy, he looks good. He's flying up and down the ice. He's playing well. I hope he can stay healthy. Knock on wood. Like, hey, that's the biggest thing with Johansson. He's always been a solid player, but he's struggled to stay healthy. So it's nice seeing him stay healthy this year, play a lot of games, and you can see it helping.
Yep, agreed.
Talking about Zeev in a little bit, I want to move into the college game. I know Veach is chomping at the bit for this, and I'm going to start it with my Gophers are finally looking okay. Okay, they look okay now. They lost to Long Island, and then they split with Penn State. I'm like, what? Like, okay, you beat Penn State night one, and you could have beat them night two, but down the stretch they kind of choked a little bit. Gopher choke. But then you beat Denver last week in overtime. I know it takes a little bit away because it's an OT, but they were up late in the game.
Yep.
They just got to close them out. But young team, starting to look better. Kind of got, I'm not going to call it a gimme against Ohio State. Ohio State's still a decent program, but like that's two you should definitely be in the winner's circle if you're playing your game. So looking okay for the Gophers.
I agree. And so I thought even after the UMD series, when UMD swept them, I was like, this team is struggling right now to put all of their pieces together, but the pieces are there. And when they do start clicking, it's going to be a quick turnaround, I think, for them.
Yep.
I would say that they're still not running at 100% efficiency right now.
No.
But I was on watching the Gopher Puck live stream when they were previewing the Penn State series, and I'm like, guys, I think that there's a real legitimate chance that they come away with 6 points. They didn't, but they did play very well, and they got a win against, at that time, I think Penn State was ranked 3 in the country.
It was a turning point, I think, for them coming back from a 2-0 deficit and getting that win. I think that adds some belief to your room, and you're like, hey, we're there. We can win against good teams. Let's just put it together, and we'll see what happens with them.
And they're still not ranked, and they don't deserve to be. No. But the fact that they're able to win against those types of teams or that caliber of team is very, very good for them. And selfishly, it's great for the Bulldogs because it's going to help our NPI as well. So.
I was going to say, so playing in a conference like the Big Ten is crazy this year. They got a lot of good teams in that conference. So Does that help the Gophers if they play close games or like take
Yes.
teams to? Okay. I
Yes.
thought it would. I didn't know if it's like college football where everything's thrown out the window. They don't give a shit like who you beat and who you play. I mean, they don't really care in that. So
No, so the way that the NPI is calculated right now, your strength of schedule matters immensely. So I was just going to look at it right now. There is a winning percentage, which is 25% of how it's calculated, and a strength of schedule, and then there's a quality win bonus added additionally or on top of that as well. And then overtime wins and home and away multipliers are put in there as well. So those are going to be negligible from one conference to the next because it's just whether you win in overtime or regulation, or home and away, I should say. But that quality win bonus puts the Gophers at an advantage for trying to climb back up and other teams to maintain where they are in the standings and their NPI position as well. So when you do have your Michigan, your Wisconsin, your Michigan State, your Penn State, like all of these other Big Ten teams who are ranked very, very highly, when the Gophers are playing them night in and night out or week in and week out, if you're able to stack wins or splits or, a win and an overtime loss or whatever against them, it means a heck of a lot more than it does in the CCHA or the Atlantic or anywhere else. And I think that does put them at an advantage over some of the other teams that might be in the lower than expected to be part of the season. So I don't want to count the Gophers out entirely yet. I think they do have a hell of a long way to go still.
Yeah, definitely.
But the path, there is a path there for them to get back into, the national tournament conversation.
The last thing I wanted to touch on with the Gophers is how much 27 Javon Moore has grown this season already, dude. He is looking so solid. I cannot wait to see how he progresses because I was excited when he committed to the U, man. That's a good player.
Yeah.
And they got some people coming. They got a big defenseman coming in the next few years. Maceo, I want to say his name is Phillips from BSM. Sure. They're gonna have some size in that back end. They're probably still a few years away. These guys got to develop a little more, but they got some youth there. Where who knows? A few years they might be right back to where they were last year before, whatever. But we knew this year was gonna be tough.
I'll tell you right now, the Gophers are a young team, and they've got a lot of really, really good talent coming in next season. As a fan of a team that had, the best recruiting class in the nation and was very, very young.
Yes.
Yeah, they were very, very young last year and struggled to kind of find their footing and everything else. It can be a very quick turnaround. All it takes is a little bit more time with those guys and time to develop in general. I mean, you get some of those smaller guys putting on even 10 pounds from this season to the next.
LJ Mooney, holy shit,
world of difference. Yeah. So I think that they'll turn things around and come out of the gate strong next year, almost without a doubt, depending on transfer portal and how everything shakes out. If it goes the way that it should.
You got to keep these young kids here. LJ Mooney, Javon Moore, keep those. If they're in maroon and gold next year, they got a legit shot. Because that LJ Mooney, man, he's a special player. He's very,
his hands
very
are
good.
incredible.
Like watching him against McKenna. Just watching that game, I was like, holy shit, LJ's he's solid too, man. They're all talking him up. I was like, he's holding his own out there.
Yep.
And it's cool to see. He's got crazy hands, though, like you said. That shootout move he had single-handedly broke the curse of the Gopher shootout. So
yeah, agreed.
Let's talk about UMD because I know you want to talk about UMD a little bit.
UMD, they had a very rare break last weekend. I think it was their first one of the season, and after starting the season earlier than everybody else with a series up in Alaska. So I know the Plant brothers were on a couple of different shows talking about just the season that they're having together and what UMD means to them after having grown up and playing there. So it's been really fun to see them get the recognition that they deserve. After having a week off, Max Plant is still, leading the nation in scoring, but he's also tied with all of those the Triple H guys from Michigan. They're Hughes, Horcroft, and I still don't know if it's Hage or Haig because so many people pronounce it different. I'm 90% sure it's Haig, but the GE just throws me off every time. Anyways, Zamplant firmly in fifth place, which is 2 points, I believe, 26 points versus 24 for him. Right behind them, still incredible for UMD. And I do want to shout out Michigan. They are on a different level for scoring in general. They have 92 goals on the season. Second place has 60. So 32 fewer goals for the next team down after Michigan.
Holy fuck.
Do either of you have a thought as to who might be in second place
For goals?
for goals?
I got to think. See, now that you're saying this, I don't think it's going to be a layup. Like,
It
I
will
was
not
thinking,
be.
I'm thinking Penn State, but it's
No.
not Penn State.
Go deep.
Deep? Are
You
we talking
both know this
Atlantic?
team. Nope, not that deep. Not
Okay,
that
not
deep.
that deep. CCHA? Am I in the right conference there?
Yeah, CCHA.
Mankato?
Nope.
Bowling Green.
No. Bemidji. Bemidji has 60 goals and
How many
is
wins?
the second
I have
most.
not checked in on them at all. Have they been winning?
Bemidji, I think, is second in the CCHA. I didn't check
Okay.
after the update from last weekend.
No, it's Bemidji.
And they had a tough series against
Jake's favorite city.
Yeah, against North Dakota. But they are playing very, very good hockey. And I will say a lot of that can be attributed to their coach being one of the first to kind of adopt the new rules and kind of experiment with them. They have taken on a lot of CHL players and former pros for whatever your stance is on that. And they're seeing the dividends from it right now. They didn't have a lot of hype coming into the season in terms of who they expect or who expected them to do well. I think most people that watch the CCHA were expecting St. Thomas and Mankato is still doing very, very well. Minnesota State, I can't call them Mankato State anymore.
You can.
Yeah.
I can. I do off the air. But yeah, Bemidji is playing very good hockey. Again, tough series against North Dakota this past weekend, but both of those games were very fun to watch. And I think they held their own in each of those. The Saturday game, I know, was a 2-1 decision in overtime there. And against a team like North Dakota, you got to give them credit for getting the extra point out of there because not a lot of the teams are finding a way to do that this year.
Yeah, well,
So
I do want to add one thing. You're saying they revolutionize, grabbing former pros and all that. They haven't gone quite to the Syracuse football level where they're having
not quite.
New York rapper Tusi is now their fucking wide receiver on their college football team. 25-year-old Tusi, whatever. Like he's playing.
That's experimenting.
That's experimenting. I'd love to see them sign someone like Sarge, a ref who isn't 34-year-old Sarge going up there and playing, or one of the 10K guys.
Yeah, Quinnipiac has a guy on their team that played 60 pro games last year.
See, that's insane.
The ECHL and
Whoa.
You can't play pro hockey and then come back and play college. Okay,
they
might
are.
as well get Brodzinski. Hey, let's get Brodzinski, Jax Nelson back. Come on back.
The ECHL, they're eligible to play college?
There's a loophole in here that I don't know how.
Shut the fuck up.
If you haven't played college hockey prior to, and you went directly to the ECHL from somewhere else because the college avenue wasn't previously open to you, I think those are the only people that are eligible to come in. I don't know that you could go to college, to the ECHL, and come back for a year. Like once I think you're in college, you elect to move on, you can't come back. It's a one-way diode.
I'm sorry, but there needs to be like an age limit in college sports too. Because when I hear like some of these people you see, they're like 25, 26. It's like, bro.
Hockey is crazy in the way that it operates because you've got the one extreme where the draft happens and we're talking about fucking teenagers who are riding the bus to school still.
Literally, yeah.
And then on the other end, you get to college hockey, and goalies are their own world in the NHL. But like you get to college hockey and the players, and it's just what you're saying. Like a lot of freshmen are like 20, 21 years old, and that's insane. And it's not the case for every conference. I think the Big Ten specifically has quite a few, or they trend younger, if you will. They bring the guys in from the
how's that worked?
National team development program. They have the three highest rated teams in the country this year, but they just don't win in the playoffs. Exactly.
Don't. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
I do know what you're saying because I always use it against the Big Ten.
Yeah, I know. You know what I'm saying.
But yeah, like I think it is a conversation that needs to be had, especially with what we're seeing this year in bringing on former pros and the CHL kids and everything else. Like there needs to be some sort of a conversation happening about what we're doing, because some of the players that are juniors in college hockey would be ridiculed for the rookie trophy in the NHL, like from an age perspective. Like Kaprizov was like, he came in, he played professional elsewhere. Like he was younger than some of the college kids were. So
yeah.
I got nothing for that argument.
I still call me delusional. That is why the Gophers did not beat Mankato in those years past in the NCAA tournament. I know we got their number the last time. Dude, we had 19, 18, 20-year-old kids. They're going against 24-year-olds. I'm like, okay, I don't care. It's college
that was
hockey.
Quinnipiac the last time that they lost to them in the
exactly.
championship too.
Yeah, well, Mankato just had some dogs on those teams, those old dogs.
Just a quick rundown on the top 20 as a whole here. I've got them tiered out, so I'm just going to go through Michigan, Wisconsin, Michigan State. Those are your top 3 teams in the country. That's the Big Ten tier. Obviously, those 3 teams, big part of the Big Ten.
Wisconsin, I hate to hear that.
I know,
goes there and boom.
I've met him. He is a fucking beauty because my buddy Stern played
sick,
for
dude.
him, and he made me
He's a
feel
player's
so
coach.
welcome. I played in the Mankato players golf tournament. It was the fucking bee's knees, and he was fucking awesome. He got bombed with the boys, dude.
My godfather was the assistant coach for him for many years there, Darren Blue.
Okay.
Literally,
I've met him too.
You're right. He just makes you feel, he's a great dude, man. Hastings, no surprise Wisconsin's up there.
No, not at all. Sorry.
Yeah, you get a personality like that behind the Big Ten money in the history of Wisconsin. It was always going to work. It was just a matter of when. So
100%.
the turnaround is in full swing now. They're
Quick
proving that they're proving that they're getting everything they want. I am pissed about John Stout transferring and decommitting from UMD. Maybe he's regretting that now. I don't know if he is or not. But that's what happens when you go play in Madison. Madison gets a lot of crap from Gophers fans, but it is the premier college town in the Big Ten. I don't care what anybody else says. Madison is awesome. I would encourage any of our younger viewers to try and transfer there and go there for school. Very, very, very fun school. It is still has the prestige of being harder to get into than anything in the SEC. Different lives, different atmospheres. Wisconsin, very, very cool. Back to the rankings here. Tier 2 is the NCHC tier. It's UMD at 4, UND, Denver, and Western Michigan in that order. So there are no exceptions to that. The biggest dropper on there is Denver dropping from 4 to 6, and that was due to losing to Minnesota.
Don't lose to the Gophers.
Yeah, don't lose to the Gophers in the Hockey Hall of Fame.
Did UMD have a problem with them? No. So
nope,
don't lose to the
not
Gophers,
yet.
man.
But
well, I guess UND split with us too. I mean,
yep, fair. But I'm seeing a trend so far here, and it's gonna make sense as we go down here. Big Ten, NCHC, and then we got the ECAC with Quinnipiac, Penn State, which has an asterisk. That's obviously a Big Ten team, and Dartmouth in there. And
Dartmouth, I have not looked at rankings, man. This is that's why I was excited for this. I was like, all right,
that was one I wanted to talk about because
Yeah.
Dartmouth right now, believe it or not, is the top team in the NPI because they are 8-0, and there's not a lot of data to kind of refute that, and there's not going to be a lot of data. They don't have a ton of non-conference games. I think the only NCHC teams they play this year is Arizona State, and Arizona State is right now at the bottom of the NCHC. So
what? Miami's still in there, right?
Miami is a ranked team. We're getting to that.
Yeah.
No.
So yeah, Dartmouth, they have one win against a ranked team, and that's Cornell, and they're down at 17. They have no top 10 wins. And they have a goalie split situation going on right now. And I know I just praised it for the NHL.
Oh, don't do it.
And said that,
love it,
Wally
Beach,
and
come
Gus
on.
can do it. But the Dartmouth goalies, they've split games 4-4 so far, and they don't have anybody taking that job yet. So I don't want to say that you can't do that for the regular season because UMD has done that successfully for a very long time under Sandlin. Where it becomes an issue is you need somebody to take over come playoff time. You need a reliable goalie who you know is going to be starting. So that's something to just keep an eye on with Dartmouth. And
what is a reliable goalie? I'm asking as a Gopher fan. Like, what is that?
Yeah.
Seriously?
You need in college, you need a 9-15 save percentage or more and under 2 goals against a game.
Well,
you need that.
I haven't seen that in a few years with the Gophers. So
yeah, and the one other red flag I'll put up with Dartmouth here, and they're 10th in the national rankings and first in the NPI. The last win that they got was 1-0 against Merrimack, which is a notoriously bad team. So there's going to be a swift fall from the NPI standings. It always takes a little bit longer to fall in the national rankings just because nobody wants to be that person. But when it happens and they start to lose a couple of these games to unranked opponents in the ECAC, it's going to be a quick fall from grace, if you will, for them. Moving on to the next 10, 11 through 20, Hockey East is in that next tier, and it's Maine, Northeastern, Minnesota State, asterisk, Yukon, BC, and Providence. So there's a lot. There's a big window here of all Hockey East teams. So that's 11 through 16, and Minnesota State's in the middle of that one there for the Hockey East tier. And then right below them, you've got the cut line basically for the bubble teams, we'll call it. And that's Cornell, BU, Miami, and Colorado College.
I was gonna say, where's BU?
Yeah,
I was like, I'm listening. I swear, I just haven't heard BU yet. Where are they?
They have some questionable results on their record so far this year, and I don't have an answer for what's going on. Like, you've got some firepower on this team. You've got guys that produced last year that just haven't figured out a way to make it work. They're 7-7-1. They're a 500 hockey team. And as far as the NPI goes, Northeastern is the highest team, and they're 8th in the country. And compared to where they were last year and how their non-conference stacked up last year, it is a mirror image on the wrong side. And it's going to be, as much as I talked about the Gophers' ability to climb very, very rapidly because of the quality of opponents that they're playing, everybody in Hockey East is kind of clawing at each other and fighting. Sure. Similar to how the Pac-12 in football operated 5 years ago, where nobody was good enough to be in the top 5, really. And anybody that was trying to make it into the conversation was just kind of consuming one another there. So Hockey East, I would be shocked, despite the fact that they've got, 6 teams in the national rankings. I would be shocked if they get more than 3 or more into the national tournament at this stage, just because there's going to be so much cannibalism going on in the conference there.
So the NCHC and the Big Ten currently running college hockey right now.
Yeah, and that's what I've seen so far, and that's why I made the tiers like that. Big Ten, NCHC, ECAC, and Hockey East. Those are your teams, and typically it's been Big Ten, NCHC, and Hockey East with one ECAC team, one CCHA team, and one Atlantic team. This year, if everything holds and Dartmouth is able to actually prove me wrong and say that we are a competent team, and these 8 wins against nobody's actually matter, then there's a good chance that we're going to see at least 2 ECAC teams in the national tournament. And if a third team wins their conference tournament, we can see a third team, which would screw a lot of people out on the bottom half of this bubble talk. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how that shakes out. But that's how I'm seeing the strength of the conferences kind of roll out, is in that order that we had listed them in there before. So it's a little bit different than what people had expected coming in, just with Hockey East falling so quickly there and not being in the top 3. But I think that it's going to be a slap in the face for somebody that's trying to defend that conference right now. But
I will say it is good to see Minnesota Duluth, back on the winning side of things. I don't like Minnesota Duluth. I'm a Gopher fan. Second team is the Mavericks. Look, I don't like Duluth, but it is nice to see them back and playing good hockey, winning games. That top line's probably arguably the best line in college hockey. Arguably.
Arguably, Michigan fans would have an argument, and anybody that's a Big Ten stan would. But
I don't know, man. The Plant brothers, dude, watch them at Hermantown to Minnesota Duluth. You knew that was going to translate. Just was a matter 100%. Of time.
Yep.
And they got another Warroad kid coming in, don't they?
Depends if they can get Shagabe's brother, who's playing in Ward right now, to decommit. But Carson Pilgrim was the one that played with Shagabe in high school. Yes. He's actually committed to UND, unfortunately.
I got you. Okay.
But as far as upcoming games go, I do want to touch on a couple of these ones before we get into the closing out the show. I know we're running over, Sarge. I'm gonna just pray the technology holds out here.
Me too.
I want to give my wild take because I'm going to piss Viking fans off, but okay.
Okay. The ones to watch out for sure this upcoming weekend, Michigan and Michigan State. That's 1 versus 3. It's going to be incredible to see that top line for Michigan. We talked about the 92 goals there go against Trey Augustine and the defensive scheme that Michigan State has. that's one that we have to watch. The other top 10 matchup is UMD. We were just talking about them. Love the Bulldogs. It's the first time that the freshman or sophomore line now and some of these younger guys get to go play in Kalamazoo in the old barn before they get the new multi-million or billion-dollar facility against Western Michigan. So that one is going to be very, very, very fun to watch. 4 versus 7 there. Those are the two that are going to draw the most attention on the national scale and have the most impact on the national ratings. Western has had really, really good wins this year. They've had a lot of questionable losses as well. I think they lost their first game of the season to Ferris State, which was an absolute shocker. And
football school.
Yeah. Golf school too.
Okay, fair.
And Hampton Slukinski is a very good goalie still. He has just not played to the same standard that people expected given how he finished last season.
Sure.
Obviously winning a national championship and being a hugely impactful freshman. But
there's going to be a little hangover for that, I feel like.
Sure.
I just feel like that a young kid is going to be
him and his brother being on the same team and both being key pieces of the team is incredible. I obviously get to enjoy it with the Plant brothers and a third one coming in there. I love seeing it in hockey. St. Cloud has done it. There's a couple of teams that have done it very well. Michigan has done it, and I'm looking forward to that one. The other one that's a ranked matchup is in the NCHC as well. That's Miami and Denver. Denver has played a very, very similar schedule. Yeah, to Western Michigan there. And Miami is on the up and up in terms of finally getting ranked and getting the coach to turn things around. And I want to see Miami win one of these games because Denver has been at the peak of the NCHC. They've been the golden child for the last, we'll just say 4 years or so. You could argue all the way back to 2017 or all the way back to when David Carl took over. And Miami has been the exact opposite. They've been a doormat. They've been, stepped on and over and a footnote, if you will, for college hockey in general, but the conference as a whole for sure. And they are not anymore. It is a team that has to be taken seriously. And if they can get a win against Denver, the rebuild is fully over and they are in play now mode. So that's one that I'll be watching. But then to close out all of the Minnesota games, for anybody that's listening, just for their teams, I feel like I have to mention it. Ferris State is playing at Minnesota State. Lake Superior State is playing at St. Thomas. Bemidji is playing at Augustana. And then North Dakota and St. Cloud play each other this year in St. Cloud as well.
I just have one question.
Yep.
Veach, is St. Cloud bad? Are they bad now?
No, St. Cloud is still a good hockey team. Like you talk about Austin Bernovic, for example, he's got one of the hardest and most accurate shots in college hockey. They are inconsistent. So if they've got some goalies that can figure out not how to play hockey, but just how to be more consistent and just take that next step, if you will. It'll be a big piece of that. And then some of the defensive breakdowns that they've got or they've had happen this year have been shocking. And you see it a lot from some of the younger teams. So St. Cloud is not a bad team. They were on the verge of being ranked 2 or 3 different times this year. They've always been in that conversation of receiving votes and whatnot. I just think that because they play in the NCHC, it always feels bad because at best, I would say you're going to be looking for a split. Maybe you can look for a sweep against like an ASU or potentially a Miami or something like that. Those are the only ones where you would feel like potentially confident in that. Whereas every other series on the schedule is going to be like, man, I hope we split this weekend.
Sorry, so much garbage. Oh, they're taking our garbage. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, no worries.
I've never been here for that.
Yeah.
God.
But the only other series I had on the calendar this week, New Hampshire and Maine. If you don't pay attention to college hockey, you don't know how important that rivalry is. It's a border battle. It's one New Hampshire had like a very short window 2 years ago when they had a really good goalie. But Maine, they're on the up and up as well. They're a program that is kind of in the spotlight again, rightfully so. It's just one that you can never count either team out. It's the old AFC North trope, if you will. And if you're swiping through or scrolling through all of the games and you see that one on, pop it on for 5 minutes, watch them both. It's bound to be incredible.
All right. Well, We got about 5 minutes before this thing shuts down. So, Veach, always love hearing the college hockey talk. You've updated me, especially, because I have not been paying that close. I've watched the Gophers a little bit, but I have been very busy, not paying too close attention. So it's always
nobody's paying attention to Dartmouth, so don't feel bad about that one.
Moving into wild takes, we'll just get it rolling right off the top. My wild take. One of the former quarterbacks that was on the roster last year for the Vikings will play in a Super Bowl this year. Will.
Really?
Darnold or Jones, one of the two.
Oh, I
feel like
Jones'
it's gonna happen.
fibula fractured.
Oh, shit.
He's got a fractured leg?
Well, yeah, he was moving pretty rough in practice. But either way, then Darnold, man. The NFC is dog shit, dude. The NFC is so bad, actually. Nobody looks like they want to take advantage. The Bears are the 1 seed. The Bears are not a good football team, okay? I'm sorry.
Frauds.
They're frauds, okay?
Yeah.
If they're the 1 seed and Darnold gets the 5 seed and they somehow take down whoever gets the 4, they're beating the Bears if the Bears are there. Like, it's happening. I just feel like one of those two will play in a Super Bowl. I wrote this 4 weeks ago. Before
You've just been holding on to
I've
it.
been
ever
holding
since.
on to it. I've been on the show a while, and I believe it. Like, dude, what a just mess the Vikings caused or just put themselves into. What an absolute mess.
Can I go next?
Yeah,
Because mine's
please.
also Vikings related. I don't even think this is a wild take, but Kwesi needs to fucking go.
Go.
Yes.
I'll give him a little tip of the cap with the free agency.
Sure.
He can do
Well,
that.
okay, not last year. The free
Yeah.
agent signings he made were awful.
They are starting to be awful, but dude, the guy can't draft, and I think at this point, like I'm still there's a little tiny part of me that's like maybe JJ will be good, but like
I know.
he'll
I know,
he'll have to
Naggy.
literally make the most remarkable step in NFL history.
Yeah.
Which is a super reasonable ask, of course.
Oh, yeah, totally.
But-
so many have done it.
I'm starting to think that Sean Payton was right on draft night in 2024 or 2023 when he said that he got Bo Nix.
I was celebrating the Falcons taking Penix at 8.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, thank God.
But-
oh, thank you so much
I know.
for dog shit.
Yeah, I'm starting
my
to think
God, dude.
that we just kind of drafted a quarterback to draft a quarterback, and that's really disappointing, especially when you see our two former.
Dude, their guy was Drake May. You cannot tell me it wasn't. That was the guy they were looking at, and when you didn't get him, pivot, dude. Pivot. Throw a
Zooch.
bag at
Yes.
Darnold and draft somebody else. Wait, Darnold wasn't even there yet. But wait, was he?
I can't remember, but
Either way, just like you drafted a quarterback to draft a fucking quarterback, and that's clear as day. You didn't so frustrating.
yeah, but Kwesi needs to go,
So
man,
frustrating.
dude. I think how long has he been here? At least 4 years, right? Am I crazy? Is
3,
that-
4. 3, 4. It's 3 or 4.
And I think the 2023 draft class, there's literally no one on our team. Or something
There
like
was a
that.
good stat, and I don't want to say it, but I'm going to give you the directionally correct summation of it. It was like, of all the draft picks taken in the first 2 rounds under his regime, they've played a total of like 26 games. Or
I
something.
believe it.
And I'm just like, there's
One of his most
not a lot.
impressive gets was an undrafted free agent, Jalen Redmond. That guy looks like a fucking
Yeah.
monster.
I'll-
And you know what? Dallas Turner's turning the corner.
Yes.
He had 2 strip sacks last game. Okay, like I believe in him, and I've always believed in Dallas Turner. He's going to be a good player for us. But yeah, man, I mean the free Jonathan Allen, we're paying that guy what,
Hargrave.
21 mil next year. The fuck, like, dude.
He'll be cut next year, like straight up.
Yeah, but we're eating dead cap. It's
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
brother,
Yeah.
that is your job to look at this. Like, come on, man.
I do think the offensive lineman we got. I'm blanking on his name, of course, right now. Donovan Jackson.
Yeah, he'll be okay
I think he's
too.
good.
He's gonna be decent.
So that
Yep.
great, nice job.
Yeah, but his 2 free agent signings this year on the line have looked brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, Will Fry's a great run blocker. We knew that. But his pass blocking was not good with the Colts either. Like,
and poor Kelly
Good
just
God.
is getting conkied every fucking play. But
yeah, I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
Veach, I want you to get to your wild take because we have literally 1 minute.
yeah.
I'll just keep it on the Vikings centric. They need a pass blocking running back. The offensive line, you can figure out whatever. They need somebody that is going to be able to pick up the guy that gets through that line because they do not have that right now, and that is
Jones every 2 of 5. Every 2 of 5 pass blocks. I mean,
that guy's not durable enough to be a pass blocker. He's injured every other game.
Exactly. Well, and I was gonna say that it's like, okay, you expect him to go out there and come on, man. I mean, yeah, Mason is abysmal in pass block, dude. That guy gets run over, and it's like, how? Dude, you're a monster. Like
for how aggressive he runs and the physicality that he uses when he has the ball, just bring that to when you're pass blocking. I know it's not fun to, have Myles Garrett barreling down on you, but we don't play the Browns every week. Like you can just do it. And I don't know. It's something that I feel with CJ Ham being injured is kind of missing as well. With these younger guys, they're not getting a ton of help in that regard. But they need, and there's many other problems that the Vikings can focus on. I think that's a solid building block that's going to be effective from a short yardage run game, which the Vikings are the worst at in the NFL. I would rather be 31 other teams than the Vikings on a 3rd and 1 scenario.
Oh my God, it's so bad. Every week after week, 3rd and 1, it's like, oh.
Wait, I'm just waiting for the punter to come out because they're never going to get it. But it will help both in the short yardage run game, but also the pass block.
Agreed,
man. That's the Vikings' biggest need, in my opinion, which is a wild take, but it's the most approachable one.
It is a need. All right. Well, we hope you enjoyed it. It hasn't shut off, has it yet?
No, it hasn't.
Good? Hey, we made it over an hour 15. That is good news. That is developing news, breaking news. Wild Wednesdays can go further than an hour and 15 minutes. We thank you for joining in. Don't forget to buy our beer and buy our merch. All right? Buy both, please.
Please,
we're begging you, for the love of God. Please buy both.
Is it stacked up in the office?
Yeah, still. It's low though. Okay?
It is getting low.
Good.
It's getting lower.
Good.
We've been doing work.
Any closing thoughts from you two?
Vikings suck. Wild Rock.